How's it going, guys? Brandon Smith here in Paris for Foot Champions Cup Stage 4. I'm joined by the main man himself, Paulo Neto, the Brazilian, recently just signed for Atlanta, playing in the EMLS, and of course, played here in Paris in Foot Champions Cup Stage 4. You made it to the round of 16. Of course, couldn't go any further than that, fall into the hands of Zizinho. But overall, you happy with your tournament or not?
I think that I could go far, but I'm happy with the tournament. I didn't get Swiss, so I had 300 more points to the ranking, which is very important for me.
It's big as well because in the last Foot Champions Cup, Stage 3, you did go out in the Swiss round, so it's important to get more points on top of that. And you did have one big performance, didn't you? Was it back in, of course, the second Foot Champions Cup? You made it to the PlayStation console final, the best two players losing to the hands of crazy Clash Gamer. Talk to me about that tournament, because that was when we first got introduced to you as a FIFA player. Was that probably the best tournament you've ever played in?
Yeah, for sure it was my best tournament I ever played. I think it was my first Foot Champions Cup this year, and I hope to perform as well as I did in this tournament.
And it's interesting, as we said, you've signed for Atlanta, you were playing for SBQR before. How did the Atlanta move come about? Because, you know, we don't see Brazilian players often sign for American teams. So can you tell us a little bit about how the move came about?
Oh, I think that like the FIFA 19, I played the Foot Champions Cup in Atlanta, so this made the interest in me. And then this FIFA 20, I got a good performance in Bucharest, so they saw me again and said, that's the guy.
So what's it like to play for a football club? Obviously, this is your first ever team you've signed for in a football club. Atlanta have always been a team that have looked at South American talent. You've seen the likes of Joseph Martinez. I'd say the hair as well is a little bit similar. You know, why were they interested in signing a Brazilian player, Atlanta?
Oh, I think it's very interesting. The fans of the club are now supporting me too, which is very cool. So I'm very happy to be in this team.
And talk to us about your hair, because our jokes aside, he's not trying to look like Joseph Martinez. You did try and copy me, I heard. I'm only joking. Apparently, if you qualified for this event in Paris, you were going to dye your hair. Is that correct? Because obviously, it clearly has been dyed.
Yeah. Was this? If I told that if I qualified for this event, I would dye my hair, and that's happened.
And talk to us about the travel days as well, because no one might know this, but a lot of events that are held in Europe, the South American players, such as Paulo, have to travel a long, long way. I think you were telling me, is it 2 flights you have to take to get to Paris? It was like 15 hours worth of travel. How does that affect you as a player?
Yeah, it's very tired for me. It's a lot of long hours flying. Two flights to came here, 15 hours almost a day. So, but I put all the effort to be here and represent well all my country, my team. So it's good.
You've had an amazing start to the year, Paulo. Do you think we're going to see you at the grand finals at the end of the year?
Oh, I think that for sure we're gonna see me at the grand final. I have some other tournaments to go, but it's not something that 100% sure. But I have EMLS or Foot Champions Cups to qualify. But I think that I will be in the grand final.
And you got to the final in stage 2 in the EMLS Cup. Are you going to make it to the final and go one step further in Austin? Of course, that's in March, that tournament. Do you think you've got what's in you to win the EMLS Cup?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna win the EMLS. I'm in the quarterfinals already, so I had I have 3 games to win the tournament. So I will put all my effort on that.
Well, I think all of us here on the PlayStation Competition Centre will be supporting you in that final at the EMLS Cup. That's been Paulo Neto. Thank you very much for taking a few minutes of your time to join us here in Paris, and we wish you all the best for the rest of the season.
PlayStation